The way Dorothy violated my no enter sign in the back, the way she gripped her fingertips, man, it felt like I was in cell block 9. Like the way she, bro, I mean, it was aggressive. And then when I turned, I was like, oh, I turned her. She's like, you got some cute little buns, little cute stud. What? Cute stud is crazy, right? So I'm just like, yo, this girl is buck wild. So the teacher like, guys, no horse playing. Hurry up. Go to your next class. Get up out of my class. Drop your tests off. Don't say they get late because you're coming from my class. The teacher just trying to get us out of there. I get out, right? And she goes her way. Thank God. She goes her way and I went my way. She didn't bite, like, she legit went like shade off. And I was like, man, I'm going to have to do something about this, because if she's violating the no enter sign, no telling what else she might do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think she like me. She won't, man. She don't like me. She won't, man. Like, this the first time me being scared for my life. Like, straight up scared, because she wasn't my type. All right, first off, she wasn't my type. She was super thick. I got to give it to you. She was thicker than a Snicker. But she dressed up like a little bit like a tomboy, kind of. Like, she had, like, that soft femme thing going on. Like, kind of like a boy shirt, but maybe tight pants or baggy pants. And then some days, you know, loose shirts. So, you know, it just all depending on, like, she kind of, I wasn't looking at her. I wasn't looking at her. I wasn't looking at her. Like, she was covering everything. I wasn't looking at her. That's like looking at a dude. So I X'd her out, period. So boom, I'm getting ready to go to lunch. I end up going to my locker, putting my books up. So as I'm putting my books up, I shut my locker and I look. I see the girl with the lip gloss. Now me starting to know me, like, anywhere I go, I'm definitely going to have me something on the side. I'm always going to have me something on the side, no matter where I'm at. If I go out of town, I got to have me a little, I got to have me something. That's just how I always rode. Like, wherever I was going, even when I was running away, I had grown chicks making sure I was good. You feel me? And it was like, yo, everywhere I go, because they was always coming to me. But this one was a little different. She wasn't paying attention to me. Imagine running for SKU president. Half of the time they look handsome, or if it's a girl, they look very beautiful. Being a jock, being somebody, a jock gon' definitely want the top tier girl. And like, she was bad. And it was the lip gloss. The lip gloss was popping. Her lip gloss was cool. All of us be jocking. When I'm at the SKU, like, I'm dead serious. The lip gloss had me in the chokehold. She was not paying attention. She came down there. She started talking to her friends and talking to a few guys. Now, we're talking about a girl that's playing sports for the SKU, doing debates. She was like, this girl was smart. Okay? And I'm like, man, I didn't think I was all that hot. Like, dang, man, like, she is out my league. Like, she fun. Like, and I ain't that, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't that smart. You feel me? But I end up going to lunch. I get in lunch. I'm a little late for lunch, but it was never no, oh, you late for lunch, you can't come in. It's just, you better finish before the lunch period is over. The line is built to the back. So I pull my phone out. I look, I'm like, man, it's going to end soon, but I'm still in the line. Now, it's 2 lines open. It's 2 lines, so I'm over there on the inside. So I'm having to look, and I see Marky, right? We lay eyes on each other. So he like, so I'm like, not like, I'm not finna lose my spot. I'm just trying to get, even if I got to eat it in the hallway, I'm cool. Eating it on my way out the door, a few bites, because it was definitely them chicken fingers and fries. From bang those, bro. Chicken finger and fries, or burger day when I could take off the bun, or pizza, I was always banging it. It never mattered. Anything else, I won't participate on eating lunch. So boom, I'm like, man, like, I'm not leaving this way. Like who you? Bro, I'm like, First off, people seeing me. So they probably looking like, yo, the new person crazy. I'm in a line doing this, yo. First off, when Marky is at the school, he acts like a total different person. He act like he runs stuff. He act like he king tut. Like, first off, you don't run nothing. I'm gonna need you to calm it down, turn it up. Like, who you telling to? I'm not moving my spot, player, so I can be back at the end line. And the end line looking pretty healthy right now. It's stretching. So he started walking towards. I'm like, oh my God, please, Lord, don't let this boy embarrass me. So you see him come close. He like, hey, so it's a rail. So it's a rail on the other line, like in the other line on the outside. And then it's another rail separating the first line and the second line. So Marky over there on the outside, he like, hey, bro. I'm like, what? He like, get out the line. I'm like, I'm not getting out. No. He like, get out the line. I'm like, he like, I got you. I'm like, oh my God. He like, so you can sit over here. He like, it's finna end. He like, you gonna be walking? I'm like, I know. I'm like, I was already thinking about that. He like, come on, you wasted time. So I'm like, all right. So I dip down like, fruit, and get out the line. We walk off. He take me all the way to the front of the line. So people are already looking upset, like, but we on the outside. We not in the line. We on the outside. So he go over there. He like, hey, auntie. Right? So she at the register. She like, yeah. He like, hey, I just dropped my plate. Can I get another one? So she like, the million to change now. This is what we got. And they only had one chicken finger. I wanted that chicken finger. I don't care. So he like, you want the chicken finger? I'm like, yeah. He like, let me get the chicken finger, a slice of pizza, some fries. You want the applesauce? Yeah. Applesauce and no milk. I don't like milk. So he like, no milk. She like, you want the orange juice? I got an orange juice. He like, yeah. He like, that's from this morning. So boom, she put it on there, hooked him up, give it to him, and he give it to me. Thorough. This is the way how I used to be locked in like that. You know what I'm saying? But you locked in here. So boom, I end up going to his table. We enjoying, right? And he talking to me. And so he like, bro, you know, and his friends, they over there talking. He like, we should ditch. I'm like, you say you don't do it every day. He like, bro, we need time. I'm like, need time for what? We ditch it. Why would we ditch the last period? He like, so you like your last period? I'm like, yeah. He like, what about the separate? No, I don't want to do no periods. Mom is on my heels, and if you mess up, she gonna blame me. He like, what? No, she not. I'm like, yes, she is, because now I'm starting to go to your school. You ain't been messing up. She already said it. Don't fall off track. He like, I've been doing this, and she ain't never found out. I've been doing this for a while. I'm like, no, I just don't want it to be my luck that you've been doing it for a while and now I'm here and something decided to happen. So he like, well, I'm doing it. Do whatever you want to. Teach his own, whatever you want to do. So I finished up. Boom, the bell rings. I get to my locker. He like, I love you, bro. We do our secret handshake. Shh. Boom, he gone. So I'm in my locker like, man, all right, next class. So we get to our 7th period. So the teacher, she like, all right, guys, I need everybody to sit down. And so everybody was kind of at the class early. So I'm like, all right, so I sit anywhere. And so this killed me. She said, we're going to be swapping classes. So guys, please make sure that you have your paper, your book bag, anything you came in, whatever you came in with, your notes, whatever you got, make sure you take it to the class I'm swapping with. First off, swapping classes, what we got going on? Like, what? So I'm confused, like, swapping classes. So I raised my hand. She like, yes. I'm like, swapping classes, like, this is not a class. No, you will come here tomorrow for your class, but we're swapping classes and teaching different assignments. So you're going to go to the class across the hall. So I'm like, across the hall? I'm like, okay, is it the same assignment? No, whatever they teach you is what. So I'm like, okay. We swap classes, right? As we swap in classes, I see the girl with the lip gloss. She's going over there. So I'm like, oh, this is one of her classes. All right, so one of her classes across the hall from me. I didn't even know that. So we all swapping, and she go past. So I sat down. I got a seat or whatever. So the teacher teaching the assignment. I was not paying attention. gave us a little assignment to do. I just put anything down because it's like, this ain't gonna count. So I was like, not even paying attention. And it was just basically a recap of what they taught. So I was just like, whatever. So I just jot anything down. I was one of the, I'm not going to cap you. I jotted anything down. Boom. We at the 8th period. Now, all right, boom. We get at the 8th period. Everything Gucci Cabana, right? I kid you not. I kid you not. What threw me off was when I got out of 8th period and to go to my locker, I feel somebody squeeze my butt again. So imagine the bell ring. Everybody's crowded, bum rush, because it's time to go. Everybody's bum rushing and, trying to get to their locker so they grab their stuff and go. And you feel somebody while you just trying to squeeze through, you feel somebody squeeze your posterior. Think about that. I want y'all to think, just take your time. Just think about it. Nice and long and hard. This has been a good day for me. Me and Mark ain't got into it. It's been good. He just wanted me to do a little ditching. But it was all good in our class. We did the swapping thing. I jotted anything. That was okay. Right? She squeezed in my butt. You got me upset. Okay? And you keep constantly squeezing my butt. This is the second time, and I don't like it. Soon as she squeezed my butt, I turned to her like, who did that? So everybody pointed at her like, hey, nah, that was her. That was her. So I was like, stop playing. She like, wait, you want to fight? I'm like, no, I'm like, just don't touch me. She like, I'm just playing with you. You taking stuff serious. And she like did this. I was like, did you just muff me? Like, did you just muff me? So I'm like, hey, don't touch me no more. She like, what you gonna do about it? But did you just muff me? I just walked off, right? Boom. I went to the locker. I go out in the front. I'm waiting. Like, I know Marky probably came back. Marky has not came back, so I called him. Because I wanted us to go home together. I called him. He pick up. Because, mind you, he had his stuff back. He pick up. He like, what's up, bro? I'm like, where you at? He like, on my way back to school. I'm like, hurry up, man. I'm like, I got a problem. He like, wait, what's wrong? I'm like, I'll talk to you when you get here. I hang up. Marky on his way back. So I'm kind of like pasting a little bit back and forth. People are still out there. Nobody's really going home fast. And then they especially hitting the football and the basketball court. It was a volleyball thing out there. So a lot of people in you could kind of like kick, like soccer and stuff like that. You could kick ball and all that. So people was kind of like out there just like having a good time. So I'm just sitting there. So boom, he called me. He like, here I come, here I come. I'm like, hurry up, like time is ticking. Boom, you just see him coming straight in, but in a car. So he gets out the car and I'm like, what? So I'm looking at the person that's driving off. It's a dude. So him and his friends get out and I say, who is that? He like, oh, the one of the guys. I'm like, what? He like, the one of my guys. I'm like, from where? He like, bro, he got connects on all type of stuff, pills. But I'm like, Marky. He like, what happened? I'm like, look, do you know a girl named Dorothy? He like, Dorothy? He like, no. I'm like, bro. He like, what, bro? I'm like, this girl keeps squeezing my butt. He like, what? What? First off, that was so embarrassing to say because his guys was right there. So they like, wait, squeezing your butt? I'm like, yeah, and then she squeezed it in the hallway. And then after I said so, she kind of muffed me. He like, she put her hands on you? I'm like, yeah. He like, just show me when we go to school tomorrow. He like, you think she out here right now? He like, let's look for her. So we look and we ain't see her. Boom, we get on the bus. We get to the crib. My mom's not home yet. My dad is not home. It's just me and Marky. So Marky like, bro, you gotta start ditching. I'm like, why? He like, cause that's what's going. He like, if you ditch every other day when you go to school, you gonna have a fresh way of thinking. I'm like, No, Mom, what if Mom pop up excuse? He like, you always thinking about the worst. I'm like, I'm not thinking about the worst. So the house phone ring. It's my mom. I pick up. She tells me, hey, y'all make sure y'all wipe the couches down because we haven't wiped them in a couple of days. And wipe the walls. I'm like, okay. She like, y'all want something to eat from outside? I'm like, Marky, you want something to eat from outside? So Marky like, yeah, can I get McDonald's? So I'm like, Marky want McDonald's. She like, okay, that's why I'm stopping at. What you want? I'm like, oh, I don't want McDonald's. I'm like, I'm gonna make me some fried chicken. We got chicken in the deep freezer. She said, yeah. So boom, I go down there. I pull the chicken out the deep freezer. Marky like, I'm gonna do the walls. I'm like, no, dude. He like, I'm not doing both of those couches. He like, people butts be sitting on those, and I'm not. No, I'm like, bro, all you gotta do is just because we had to wipe the arm down, the back, all that. We had to wipe all of it down. So I'm like, all right, I'll do the upstairs and the downstairs. He like, yeah, you know, Mom gonna want the chairs and the legs. I'm like, no. She said the couches. She ain't say nothing. She ain't say the daddy room taste. He tried to put extra on my list. So boom, he start his bucket of water, everything. I'm like, make sure you don't put no bleach on the red walls because my mom will come back and it would be Mortal Kombat time and she's going to brutality you. So he's doing the walls, right? So I'm doing the couch. So I get in the middle of the couch. So I pull it like towards so I can get underneath the creases, boom, wipe on the top. And then I get on the side. So as I get on the side, I feel something hit my hand, like it kind of bumped my head back. And I'm like, because that wasn't the let out part. So when I did, I'm like, it's a film and it's about to die. A call comes through. As soon as I pick it up, I'm like, hello? She like, oh, so you click. It hung up. So I'm like, it hung up because it died. So I'm like, Marky. He like, yo, what's up? I'm like, look. He like, what? He like, whose is that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm glad I found it and Mama didn't find it. I'm glad I found it and my mama didn't find it. So I'm like, it's just Dad. I'm like, we need a charger for it. But it wasn't, we only had iPhones. So I'm like, we need a charger for this. He like, we can go to Walgreens. So I'm like, I'm not going to Walgreens. Walgreens was a nice, decent walk, like at least about 7-8 minutes. We don't know how far Mom is away. So Marky like, I'm going to take the bite. Marky, legit G. He takes the bite. I finish his walls off. I finish wiping down the couch. So I'm like, I'm not going to do the downstairs. My mom ain't going to notice. I ain't do downstairs. Boom. He comes back faster than my mama with the charger. Boom. I plug it up. Perfect success. So I take it in the room and I'm charging it. Boom. Front door now opening. I'm like, oh, I unplug it. I put it under my pillow. My mama like, y'all come down here and get y'all food.